almost done with the set list for Extreme Force. We have 9 of the 10 OCG import cards dedicated to Link monsters that we should have given the TCG in the Link Vrains pack, but what sense does that make? Because those cards are in high demand, so we can't give them all to them in one set. We have to spread it out thin across 3 or more sets so that our lackluster core sets that don't really have good cards will actually have some value because of cards like Heavymetalfoes Electrumite. But that just leaves one issue, because we still need card number 99. And I mean, I'm looking at my notes here and we're kind of out of options. I mean, Crystron Needle Fiber is way too good of a card to have in this set alongside Heavymetalfoes Electrumite, so that card's out. Cherubini, the Burning Abyss. Do people still play Burning Abyss? Like, this card is terrible. Then we have Subterror Guru. Who's playing Subterrors in 2018? Fright Fur Patchwork? I thought people wanted good cards, not this shit. I mean, I feel like there's a card that we could make number 99, but the problem is it's either the cards are too good so we can't have them side by side, or there's just cards that nobody wants. Is anybody else hungry? What's going on, guys? It's Cimo. So earlier today, we started getting leaks for Extreme Force. We pretty much know a majority of what's going to be in the set, but the last thing that we had been waiting on are the TCG exclusives as well as the OCG imports. Typically in every set, we get 10 of each, and we already had the FA cards revealed to us from Konami of Europe, and we got the Vendread cards released to us, and unfortunately, they're not exactly the best, but that's a topic for a completely separate video. In addition to that though, we did get the 10 OCG exclusive imports revealed to us as well. Now, a lot of people, including myself, speculated that since a couple weeks back, we had cards such as Heavymetalfoes Electrumite, Isolde, the Noble Knight Link monster, as well as Curious, the Lightsworn Link monster, that we were probably most likely going to be getting all 10 of those cards to be Link monsters that were supposed to be in the Link Vrains pack if we were actually going to be getting it here in the TCG, and pretty much that's the case. We got a ton of Link monsters revealed to us that were going to be primarily all the OCG imports. Well, except for one card. This one. This card is our final OCG import. And yeah, so it's a normal trap card. It's called Scramble Egg. And the effect reads as follows. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon one Sonic Chick from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Now, if you're not familiar with Sonic Chick is a card back from the 5Ds era that has 300 attack, it's level 1, and basically its effect reads that you can't destroy it with a monster that has over 1900 attack in battle. So this is our last OCG import, and basically when I saw this, I just had one question that just kept circulating in my mind. What the fuck was Konami thinking giving us this card as an OCG import? Who is the sole person responsible for thinking that this is the card that we wanted to get as an OCG import here in the TCG? Like, was someone out of their fucking mind? Were they on something? I legitimately cannot find any defendable reason why this card is an OCG import in this set for any reason whatsoever. Like, I'm trying to find some way to justify it, but I just can't. I absolutely cannot justify this card's printing in this set whatsoever. There are a plethora of other cards that could have been in this slot. But you know what? No, it's basically just a slap in the fucking face. Not even a slap in the face. This is a slap in the dick, because this is just an insult. This is an utter fucking insult. My first question is, when it comes to this card, who is the potential audience for this card? Who is this card serving? Now, I know not every card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Has to be great. We discussed that plenty of times in the past, but who was this card designed for? This is a card that was released back in Japan in early 2015, hasn't seen the light of fucking day since its initial inception, and now here it is, one of our last OCG imports, which again, we only get 10 of in every main booster set that we receive, and this fucking thing is taking up a slot in that set. Who is the potential audience for this? Who is this card intended for? It's not intended for the competitive audience, I can tell you that, because this card is one of like the worst, it's not like the absolute worst card ever printed, but honestly, it's probably up there in terms of how useless it is as a whole. This isn't even for the casual audience, because what the casual audience doesn't want stuff like this. The only person that I could possibly think of that this card is suited for is a die-hard fan of 5Ds who also happens to be a collector. And so if you think about the potential market for something like this, that means that 0.0000001% of the people who play this game fill that, you know, category, and that's who this card is designed for. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I cannot wrap my head around it. We already had 9 other Link monsters from the Link Vrains pack that are basically going to be the OCG imports for the remainder of the set. So why not just make it 10 and just call it a day? Why did this card have to be in here? This card had so many other possibilities. This card could have been the Shadal Link monster. It could have been the Mermail Link monster, the Gladiator Beast Link monster, the Invoked Link monster. A lot of people are really excited for that. The Inzektor Link monster. I could just literally keep going up. This could have been the fucking Burning Abyss Link monster. Think of how many people would have been excited to actually know that not only does this set have Heavymetalfoes Electrumite, but it also has Cherubini in addition to that. Extreme Force is already a very subpar set, which we're going to cover in a completely separate video, but then when you add shit like this as the OCG import, when you're already teasing us by not giving us all of the cards from the Link Vrains pack all at once, this is just a fucking joke. This could have also been Crystron Needle Fiber, but no, I guess I'm thinking too logically, because what was Konami thinking? Konami wants to separate the monsters from the Link Vrains pack and spread them out, because if you have some of them in Extreme Force, but you have just enough good ones that help sell the set, like Electrumite, then you're gonna have that set sell. And then you look at Flames of Destruction. Oh, look! Flames of Destruction's gonna have another 10 imports, because you know what that means? That means we can put Needle Fiber and Cherubini in Flames of Destruction to help sell that set as well, because, you know, that's smart thinking, because people are why would we give it to them all at once? Obviously, that's just bad business, because that's not, you know, one of the greatest sets that they've possibly ever printed in this game's history. It's not like the video I just uploaded of the Link Vrains pack showed and proved how excited people were for a set like this, because not only did it introduce Link monsters for some of the greatest and most fan favorite archetypes in this game's existence, but it also just had really solid good reprints for both the casual and the competitive audience. Why would they ever do that? That would just make so much sense as a whole, that's just, you know, they're just on a whole nother level. Konami is just way ahead of us when it comes to any sort of logical or fundamentally just I don't even know. They're on a whole different plane when it comes to this stuff. But to be fair, I guess that makes sense, because, you know, they are a business, they want to make money, and, you know, the thing that I think pisses me off the most about this card as a whole is the fact that there are 20 Link monsters in the Link Vrains pack. We're only getting 9 of them in Extreme Force. So you know what that means? Because we only get 10 OCG imports per set, that means that we can't get the remaining 11 Link monsters from Link Vrains in Flames of Destruction. So that means there's a minimum of 2 more core sets that are going to have these cards. That means they could hypothetically put Cherubini in Flames of Destruction and not give us Needle Fiber until the set following Flames of Destruction, if they really wanted to spread it out that thinly just to make people that excited about their sets that seem to be rather lackluster as of late, Extreme Force being a primary example. And I think that's the most annoying part of it. They could have just done 10 and 10, called it a day, and I don't think people would have really minded. But when they have shit like this taking up a slot that was supposed to be one of the greatest sets in this game's history, that I think is just a big slap in the balls. And I just don't even know. Like, I don't know what they're thinking anymore, and I just had to get that off my chest. So guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this whole thing, because this is just absurd. I mean, Heavymetalfoes Electrumite is really the only chase card in this set, and when you got shit like this, it's just bad. I don't even know anymore. So guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to like that video as always. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. And if you really found this video informative, consider backing me on Patreon, because just by pledging only $1 a month, you're continuing to help me continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time.